The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 31 yards there and a first down. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happened...
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Jameis to throw it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 40. Hey, wahoo!
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
This one complete to Giovanni Bernard.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And Dalton to throw. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Flushed out right. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Bullet good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing, Winston. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Nick Vigil in there to bury him for a loss of 11. To try again after the sack. Winston eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw here, Dalton. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, 78 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now 21-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. Winston. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
We play to win. Let's go. Ready?
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
From the gun, Winston. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, and it's 3rd down. Now Winston. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Being chased out left. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Dalton here from the gun. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, and the Bengals add on to their lead.